Well, hello, hello, hello. Good evening. This is Positive Tony coming to you this afternoon. How we doing out there? Hey, I'm so excited that you joined me today. How's everybody doing? How's everybody week doing? Hopefully it's doing pretty good. Positive Tony's been busy with work, but for the most part, he's been enjoying this week. But I'm excited to see you and speak with you today. And I have a pretty deep subject today, and I'm not going to stay on very long, but just to get you thinking, because I want to make sure that the words that's coming out of my mouth are not PT words, but some words that's needed in your life, words for you to think about, words for God to use me to work through to you. So please accept my apology if it hits a nerve. Trust me, it's not me. But hey, I'm just here for, to bring positivity and just bring hope and bring, just joy to people and make people think. There's things on our hearts, there's things on our mind that we know, we think about, but we don't want to address. And sometimes PT bring it and it has you to go back and start thinking. Okay. So today's subject, woo, do you know that you hurt others? Yes. Do you know that you hurt others? And we're going to dig a little deep into that and figure out why is it that we hurt others, or do we intend to hurt others, or our words allow us to hurt others, but it's not really us that's hurting them, it's our words. And in the Bible, the tongue is a deadly thing, and sometimes if we don't use our mouth and tongue correctly, we can hurt others. It's not always sticks and stones that hurt you. Those words, once they come out, they don't come back, just like a bullet. Once a bullet goes out, it don't come back. So it's up to us to use our words wisely and use tact. Okay, use tact. So the verse that I'm going to start off today using, okay, it comes from 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. And probably everyone knows this verse. They probably know about heart. But, Pastor Tony want to make sure that he get it correctly, so I'm going to repeat it. Okay, but this verse says, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongdoing. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hope, and always preserve. And that's 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. So as we talk about the subject of, do you know that you hurt someone? Just remember, when you speak to someone, you speak to them out of love, okay? Not out of anger. Sometimes when we get angry, words come out of our mouth that, we saying out of anger, but not out of love, and love can hurt. And it says there, we got to be kind to one another. We got to love one another. So let's just dive in real quickly. So are you the type of person that you're blunt, and when you're addressing someone, instead of using tact, you're straight to the point? Sometimes that works for some people, and some people it does not. Sometimes you need to know the person that you're speaking to, because some people are very sensitive. Okay, I know as Virgos, we're a little sensitive. And sometimes you're not intending to hurt someone, but you're doing it. And if you lose that trust with someone, they're not going to listen to anything you say. They're going to put up shields and they're going to be defensive against you. It's all about the delivery of how you address someone. So you don't want to step to someone in a forceful, negative way that that's not what they need. If someone is thinking about suicide, and you come to them saying, "Oh, you stupid, you do that, blah, 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 blah." All you doing is putting fuel on the fire. That's not the way you address someone. I'm not saying you have to sugarcoat things, but you use something called tact. You have to know what that person is feeling or going through in order to address the situation properly. Some people, they're just blunt and they tell you, "Hey, I'm just going to tell you like it is." That's fine and dandy, but it doesn't work for everyone. And so sometimes you can be hurting people's feelings and not even know it, just because that's who you are. And if they don't know who you are, you're going to end up hurting them. And then if something was to happen down the line, you're going to feel regretful, remorseful, because you meant it with a good heart, but your delivery came off too strong. I'm telling you, sometimes we hurt people, not intentionally, but because of the delivery that we go to someone. Whenever you speak to someone, you don't have to always feel like you're in power. Some people just have to. I have friends that sometimes I just listen because I can't get a word out, and they just like, and I mean, that's just who they are. I'm not saying anything negative towards them. It's just they love to talk. And sometimes they just want someone to talk to, and you have to know if you're a listener or not, because some people are not a listener. Me, I can just listen and let you talk all day, but not everybody is like that. Okay. Some people have to have where you address them in a proper way. And I'm going to use an example, and there's no disrespect on YouTube. And the name I'm about to bring up, there's no disrespect towards him. But I feel that Joel Osteen is a motivational pastor. He's going to tell you stuff to motivate you. He's going to tell you stuff to uplift you. He's going to tell you stuff that make you want to just get up and be about it and do about it and get about it and just be positive. But then you speak to some pastors or bishops or something where they're preaching and they're like condemning you, and you're like, oh, I'm going to hell, And some people, they're not ready to receive that. They're rather listen to Joel, where Joel makes it things like, oh, okay, thank you, yes. But then you go to some of these preachers and they're like going in on you. So, that's when you need to get in your prayer closet, Lord, direct me to the words that's coming out of these people's mouth, that I receive what it is you have for me in the manner that I can receive it. Because sometimes people will make you feel so condemned that you'll start just hating yourself and hating life. And it shouldn't be that way. We should know how to talk to one another using love, kindness, and PT have hurt people. Because I'm a comedian. I love making jokes. And sometimes I think my jokes go a little too far and I hurt someone and I feel really bad. When Positive Tone is just trying to motivate you and make you laugh, but everybody isn't ready to receive the humor that sometimes I give. And so sometimes I have to go back and apologize. I'm sorry, it wasn't meant that way. And apologizing does not make you weak. It makes you strong, because people can see that you have a forgiving heart. Some people won't say sorry because they think it's a sign of weakness. No, 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 no. It's a sign that you understand, that you care, that you love them. So, sometimes when you hurt someone, go back and apologize. Ask for forgiveness and then move forward. Some people will not apologize. Well, if they didn't want my opinion, they shouldn't have asked. No, that's not the tone you should take. Why do you like hurting someone so bad? Why? To make you feel bigger? Make you feel better? No, 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 no. That's not how God intended it to be. Is God mean to you? I mean, sometimes he might smack our hand and we going about the wrong way, but he does it out of love. And that's what you need to do. Do it out of love. Don't do it out of disrespect. Don't do it out of meanness. Do it out of love. When you speak to someone and they have a problem, ask them to tell you more about the problem. Or if they have already told you about it and you're responding to their problem, have sympathy. Don't go in on them, making them feel less than what they are. It's easy for us to do, especially if you've been with a girlfriend. Excuse me, ladies. You've been with a girlfriend for a long time and this guy's treating her bad. He's cheating on her. He's going all about doing his own thing. And she's always crying on your shoulder. And you saying to yourself, well, I keep telling you that Joker ain't no good for you. That's easy for you to say, but that's not what she needs to hear. You need to tell her, hey, maybe this isn't the guy that God has for you. Have you prayed and asked God to release you from this situation if it's not meant to be? There's a proper way to go about it. Don't go say, yeah, he's a sorry guy, and blah, 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 blah. Because sometimes that's not where that person's heart is. Maybe that person had deep feelings for this person. But then there comes a time where this person is just making the same old mistake and God has knocked them down and you have talked to them and they ain't listening. Then sometimes, yeah, you got to give them some tough love. You guys listen here. We've been through this a few times, and God has told you this ain't the right relationship for you. So if you can continue to sit here and soak, then you're gonna make yourself miserable. It's the delivery that you give it to him. Don't go, you sorry for staying with him. You a piece of. Don't do that, ladies. Don't do that, men. There's a way to speak to someone, because if we condemn that person, what's gonna make them want to change? It's not. It's going to make them stay in the same miserable situation that they're in. And the same thing for guys. Guys, you're messing with some woman that you know isn't good for you, but you continuously, tell your boys, man, I love her. Yeah, I love her. But if you pray to God, or if you're not praying to God and you're doing it on your own, that's the first mistake right there. But it's all about the delivery if you're hurting someone or not. It's hard not to hurt someone because, we all love and we love hard. Trust PT. I know. I've never. Okay. Woo. Woo. I was like Tyler Perry Madea moment there. Woo. But what I'm saying is, it's hard to love someone that you care about. And then when it's time to walk away, it's hard to walk away. But sometimes you need to walk away. It's best to walk away because it can cause stress. It can cause anger. And so when you're going about it, you have to make sure that you address the situation to that person and let them know, hey, this just isn't a good situation for me. I love you with all my heart, but it's time for me to go. You don't have to be mean to someone to go. And that's what happens when people start to break up in relationships, in family matters. You want to leave out on a negative note, and that's not always the best, because what happens is one person is going to be unhappy and the other person is going to move on, and that person that's unhappy, the other person going to have forgotten it, but you're still stressing over something that someone else don't even remember what y'all got in an argument about. But it's about the delivery. So it's the way that you address and talk to people that makes a difference. I'm not saying you need to suck up to them or kiss on them, but you don't need to walk out on anger, because anger will resonate within your body and cause you pain, stress, sleepless nights. You don't need that. You just get up and move on. Guess what? God created more than one man and more than one woman. Booyah! So you don't have to sit there and stay stressed. And the same thing in a family, you have a family member. You have a family member that you just can't get along with. Maybe it's time you distance yourself out of love. Just say, you know what? This is a toxic relationship we have within the family, and it's only causing me more stress. I'm going to separate myself. I love you. I just can't be around you right now. That's okay. You told them out of love. Now, the way that they receive it is on them. But in your heart, you did the right thing. You did not hurt their feelings. You told them the truth and you used tact to do it. That's what it's all about. The delivery of how you address the situation. It's easy for us to tell people, I'm going to tell you off. I'm going to tell you off. I'm going to tell you off. No, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It says in the book, it is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongdoing. Okay? Love is patient. Love is kind. We need more love in our heart than more anger. We need more positivity in our hearts than negativity. We need high self-esteem than low self-esteem. I'm just telling you. These are things that we need in our life today. The election is over. Okay, you lost some friends during that time. You gained some friends, but it's time to move on. If you don't like the person sitting behind the desk, pray for them. Pray for them. Don't get angry. It's a shame that so many relationships, so many households, so many friendships broke up over this election. And it was the way that people delivered the message. They got angry with each other. They start calling people out of their names. For what? Because at the end of the day, God is going to do what's best for business. He's going to do what's best for the world. And, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But it's not going to change anything. So why talk to someone negative and get on someone's nerves and then cause this strife between each other? You've been friends for 30 years, but somebody said, well, I'm a Republican and I don't like it. Well, I'm a Democrat. I don't like it. But you know what? In heaven, it ain't going to be no Democrat or Republican. I'm just saying, dog. You're going to be with God or you're going to be with Satan. And I don't want to be with Satan. He can be beneath me. I want to go up. I want to move up. So don't allow situations to dictate your happiness, your love. And when you address people, think about it before you speak. Sometimes we're quick to speak, and we should have slowed ourselves down. Don't rush it out, because when we rush out information, we're going to hurt somebody's feelings. Sometimes you might be thinking while they talking, ooh, I can't wait till they finish. Ooh, I'm going to give them the business. Ooh, let them finish. See, right there, you're wrong. Right there, you're wrong. But you know what? PT's going to tell you something, and some of you probably won't agree with this. Before you start a conversation with someone you really care about and you know it's going to be deep, why don't you say, hey, let's pray before we talk? I'm just saying, let's pray about it before we speak. Because if you pray about it, then you're going to have God in the midst. And you're not going to have the worldly views. And if you're not a Christian, hey, I'm just telling you, this is the way that you can have a love kind type of conversation. Because words can cut, words can kill, words can divide, but love can conquer, love can heal. Love can bring unity. Okay? So, do you know if you're hurting others? Something to think about. Do you know if you're hurting others? Because some people, if they leave you alone and don't want to talk to you anymore, you probably said something either that they needed to hear, that they didn't want to hear, or you brought it up and didn't use tact the correct way. So I'm just saying, make sure you know how you use your words when speaking to others. Okay. Hey, Positive Tony, love you. I see you over there. I love you so much. I hope that this has been informative. I hope that it'll make you think the next time you get in an argument or disagreement with someone. Let me think. Let me pray about it before I talk. Even if you want to go pray by yourself and then come back, that's okay too. But let's make sure that we stop hurting people with our words and our tongue. Positive Tony, love you. I hope that you have a phenomenal weekend. And guess what? Stay positive, remain positive, and Positive Tony gonna see you next week. I love you. And as I always say, don't be part of the problem, but be part of the what? Solution. Deuces, I'm out.